everybody's experience is different. My story may not be the same for somebody else. Like, that's what I was just thinking in my mind. He's hella rude. You know how you just do things to see somebody catch on, but he didn't catch on.
Hey you guys, it's Simone and welcome to part 3. Welcome to part 3 of my requirements update of all my appointments that I had so far. And like I said, today is July 4th that I mentioned in the other 2 videos, and in this video I'm gonna go over my Psych Eval. So I had my Psych Eval 6/28, June 28th. When I looked up the guy, I was so nervous after reading those reviews. It was like the wait time, you will be there all day waiting. He's only like typing on his computer the whole time, barely making eye contact with you. It's like he didn't have really good reviews, and to me it was just too late for me to sit here and reschedule, especially it being the end of June and I see my surgeon at the end of July. I was not risking it because I already had to wait. Yeah, I had to wait a whole month because I made all my appointments and at the end of May, so I had to really wait a whole month. I waited a full hour and 30 minutes before I saw the psychologist. So within, I say 45 minutes or so, I was brought to the back. They did my height and they did my weight, and she checked my vitals, I guess. She asked me more questions about do I work, any my medical history. She asked me my insurance I had, do I have depression, do I take medication, you know, all that stuff they usually ask you. No, whatever the case may be. Then I went back to the waiting room and I waited the remaining of my time. I could say probably 15 minutes before I saw the psychologist, I went to go sit in front of his door. So waited for the other client to come out. So so I knocked on the door when she came out. I don't want to go right in right away. I just want to open the door. So I knocked on the door. He didn't say nothing. Then he called the front desk because, you know, I looked to my left. You could basically see down the hall at the front desk. And then she was like, 1 second, don't go in yet. I said, okay, no problem. And then I heard him talking on the phone, blah, 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 speaking in Spanish. So she was like, okay, now you can go in. I went in. Knocked on the door. I said, hello, how you doing? I'm always greeting people. I'm not a rude person, none of that. He took probably like 20 seconds to say hi back. He was on the phone. He was on the phone. He was not on the phone with the front desk lady no more. He was on the phone. I sat directly in front of him. He was on the phone for a little less than 10 minutes, you guys. A little less than 10 minutes he was on the phone. Between 7 to 8 minutes he was on the phone. I was checking my watch. I'd be like this. I don't care. I'd be like that. So I'm like, okay, he's hella fucking rude. Like, that's what I was just thinking in my mind. He's hella rude. How rude of him. Not, you know, not to, he didn't even say give me 1 second. Just how rude of him. You know what I mean? And I saw this in part of the reviews that I read online about him too. Just rude. You know, like, I'm like, dang. I hope this don't be no BS. I hope that I get cleared by him. I don't care about nothing else but just getting cleared. So I was just sitting there like that, you know, waited for him to get off the phone. I didn't have like a face. I was just like, and I just kept looking at my watch. You know how you just do things to see if somebody catch on, but he didn't catch on. Talking in Spanish, finishing up his conversation, and it seemed like I understand certain words in Spanish because, you know, I studied it when I was in college, but it seemed like when the other person on the phone was about to get off, he asked a question. I'm like, is he serious? He asked a question, and then she said whatever she said. He's like, okay. It was like a few seconds of silence. She said, okay. And, you know, she's about to get off the phone. And then he said, oh, I'm like, another question, bro? Like, so that's why the conversation kept on, you know, going on for like 10 minutes. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. So I'm going to just bite my tongue, hold my tongue, and got off the phone. Hello, how you doing? Why are you here? You know, he didn't say it in a mean way. He was like, why are you here? You know, what brings you in today? I said, hi, hello, I'm here to get a clearance for my bariatric surgery. He's like, oh, well, no, he said, who's your surgeon? I said, Dr. Park. He said, oh, Mount Sinai. I said, yes. He's like, okay, cool, okay, cool. And then he asked me all the questions. Are you depressed? Were you ever depressed? Anxiety, medications you take? Are you suicidal? Do you have a support system? Do you have a support system? have you ever been abused? All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Are you having surgery to look good? And I was like, no, I'm not having surgery to look good. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I mean? My surgery, me wanting to have surgery is for my health. He asked me why am I choosing the VSG over the bypass. I told him my reason why. He said, oh, good reason. Good reason. Really, really, really good reason. You know, you're the first person I heard who gave me like a reason. I'm like, okay, I could honestly see why you chose this over that. He was like, okay, I love your reasoning. I said, thank you. You know, type it on his computer just like how the reviews were saying. Ask the questions, type it. Ask the questions, looking this way. He's not even looking at me, you guys. Act like you're me. He's like this. Okay, but okay. I'm like, okay. Doing eye contact. Basically got all the questions he really needed. He said, you know, I think that's it for us. You know, then he started talking more in depth with me, like, you know, about clients that he had that went through bariatric surgery who came back and they gained the weight back 2 or 3 years down the line. He said because, you know, they go back to their old eating habits, and he was like, you know, I have to stick to the program, stick to what they need me to do. He asked me, do I have anybody else who had bariatric surgery? I told him that my mom had weight loss surgery as well, but her reasoning was for a whole completely different reason. But my mother, she is a kidney recipient, so the kidney that she got from, you know, another person, she was like 100 pounds over that weight. Not because she gained it because she was eating unhealthy. That was not the case. It's because that she was on steroids. So they, you know, they put her on steroids, you know, because she's a kidney recipient. Steroids make you blow up. They had to find a way to maintain her weight. So she had the VSG. She's successful. She's good to go. Now, one thing I do want to say is that when you go to the Psych Eval, you should just be completely honest with your truth. You know, I'm surprised that he didn't try to get me to say something that's not my truth. My mother, she is a single parent. I did not come from a broken home. I was never abused. I didn't have people running in and out of my life. I was not verbally abused, sexually abused, physically abused. You know, all that stuff that have not happened to me. I just love eating food. I just love eating junk food. Matter of fact, it's junk food. I am a snacker like crazy. I could go a whole day without eating, and when I finally eat, I will eat a brownie because that's how I am, you know. So my weight gain came from that and a lack of freaking exercise. But then I was so freaking active, I don't know. So I feel like some psychologists expect you to have like some type of abuse being associated with your weight gain, like an emotional eater, you know what I'm trying to say, or a binge eater, you know, things like that. And just because people are obese, overweight, does not mean that something happens to them in their lifetime. But not everybody who's obese has been abused, or, you know, anything of the such, or went through something traumatic, you know what I'm trying to say, like an accident, or they had, you know, an accident that caused them to be like immobile, and they had, you know, they were just home eating all the time. It's not always like that for people, you know what I mean? Everybody's experience is different. My story may not be the same for somebody else, but I am not one, and I'm so glad that he did not try to prey on that might be the cause of my obesity. He kept on speaking. He was very that's when he stopped the computer work, and we were just talking face to face. He's like, I don't know what to say to you. He said, I don't know what to say to you, because like all your answers is no, you know what I mean? He said, you don't take medication, this and that and that. I said, yeah, I'm just fat ass hell. And he just started laughing. I said to him, I said, coming from a family that has high blood pressure, diabetes, you know, all of that stuff, like, I had to do this for me. This is not for nobody else. This is not for me to look good. This is for my health and everything of the such. And if I look good after that, hey, I just look good after that. But I'm not having a surgery for that reason. I'm here to take back my life. But yeah, 15-minute appointment. It went by quick. Other than him being rude in the beginning, after that it was fine, smooth sailing. I had to ask him, okay, you know, I said, that's it. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, thank you. He wished me nothing but the best of luck in my surgery. Yeah, he was just like, good luck. I really think you're gonna be successful. You know, everybody who's supposed to that, I really think you're gonna be successful. You know, stay motivated as much as you are right now. And yeah, So before I left, I said, do you give me the results, or like, not the results, like, do you give me the clearance, or like, how does this go? He said, no, I sent it to your surgeon. I said, okay, cool. So I said, do you need like his fax number? I'm like, why nobody say nothing? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, give it to the front desk. And I'm glad that I asked that, because I was gonna just leave out the building without knowing this. So I was like, dang, he didn't even offer to say that part. If I don't say this, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I had to ask, like, how are you going to, you know? He was like, just give it to the front desk. And that was it, you guys. I was cleared in 15 freaking minutes. There was no real questions that stood out to me, because like I said, all my answers were no. I honestly feel in my heart, if my answers were yes to like abusing pills, being abused, I felt like my appointment would have been longer. But I don't even know if I don't even know if this even helped you guys, because you know, like I said, my story is not the same as the next person who is having bariatric surgery, as far as why they gain weight, you know what I'm trying to say, or why they are obese or overweight. So yeah, my psych eval went smooth after the rudeness, and I'm just so happy to be cleared, because this is one of the determining factors to not allow you to have surgery, as if the psychologist does not give you the okay to have surgery. So just speaking truth, you guys, I know some people will go in just telling the psychologist what they want to hear, not share too much information, just so they can get cleared. I don't recommend you doing that, because if you really do have an addiction to food, I feel like you should just try to get the help that you can. I can only just say that, because 9 times out of 10 you may be going through those same exact things after surgery. Surgery will not change your mindset. Surgery will not change your mental. So if things trigger you and they trigger you after surgery, the only thing you're going to do is harm yourself if you turn to food. You cannot eat the same way you do now before surgery. So the only thing I can recommend is just try to get the help that you can. Just speak your truth, be honest, and you should get cleared. I don't see why not, unless you try to commit suicide within 6 months. You know, that's probably something that will not get you cleared by the psychologist. So with that being said, I am done with this video. This is my little wrap up. Like I tell you guys in every single video, leave me questions down below. If you are going through a weight loss journey, if you have the surgery already, if you have the bypass, the vertical sleeve, or the lap band, or whatever else you had, share your, you know, your little story down below if you want to. And that's really it, you guys. And until the next video, take care and see y'all later. Bye.